shiny, brand new, top-of-the-line salvage right here.
Nice to finally breathe fresh air.
Pathfinder, when you travel, do you meet many Angara?
Sometimes.
Have you met one named Lieta?
I don't think so. Why?
She was a salvager, made runs to Eladin all the time. When she landed, she would always stop here first. We climbed the dunes together, took in the view, talked for hours. Lieta had a hard time in this heat, so I said I'd make her a cryo bracelet.
I bet she appreciated that.
I never got the chance to give it to her. One day she just stopped coming. I don't know where she is, if I'll ever see her again.
You think something happened to her?
She could have taken a new job. Maybe she was sick of Eladin. But if there's even a chance she ran into trouble, I can't stand not knowing.
Tell me more about Lieta.
She's adventurous, optimistic. Her jokes could make a Krogan blush. In a place like this, she stood out. I think she'd stand out anywhere.
I could track her down for you. Make sure she's okay.
Salvager at the Paradise might know something.
I would like that. If you find her, will you give her the cryo bracelet? Tell her she can use it to visit me again. Thank you, Pathfinder.
You seem different from the other Krogan.
My father called me a Solarian in a Krogan body. Supposed to be an insult. Joke's on him, though. I like Solarians.
What are you doing up here?
Looking. Back home, we didn't have time to just stop and look.
Is life that different here?
It was all about survival. Here, we don't have to fight so hard. Of course, the older ones still think they have to fight. Maybe it's just in their blood.
They'll come around.
Sounds like Helios was an easy choice for you.
New galaxy, new life. Not interested in being a merc like my father, or battling it out on Tuchanka. I almost didn't want to be packed into cryo for the journey. Wanted to see the whole thing.
Would have been pretty lonely.
Never been bothered by loneliness. The views would have been worth it.
I should get going.
Saw the worm out there again.
Soft, squishy
That thing
human
was
like you
huge.
should probably steer clear of the wildlife out there.
You said something about a worm?
Not a worm. The worm. Huge. Invincible. You can't miss it. It pops out of the dunes from time to time. Clouds down everything in its path.
Do I have to worry about it attacking?
Far as we can tell, it doesn't care about us, one way or the other. But stay out of its way. It'll barrel right through you, tear you to pieces.
Thanks for the heads up.
Better to live for myself than to see this place go the same way as
What is this? We don't have
Yeah?
You want to play the heavy for a criminal? Why come all this way? You could have been a pet back with me.
So you're the human Pathfinder. You look different from the pictures I saw.
You probably saw pictures of my dad.
Your dad? You replaced him as Pathfinder?
It's a long story.
Haven't really kept up with Nexus news. Enough trouble to occupy me here.
Scavengers?
Amongst other things. You seen the flophouse yet? That's where they get together. 80% shacks, 100% trouble. I'll give you the nav point so you can avoid it. Or not, as you choose.
Have you had much trouble with scavengers at the colony?
Not yet. They're not that stupid. A bunch of squishies against 100-odd Krogan? Give it a little time. Resources run low, they'll get desperate, and who knows?
Tell me more about the Flophouse.
It's a loose collection of shelters where some scavenger gangs gather. They knock each other around, drink, and then when they're all riled up, run raids. And if you get close when they're hungry, well, that's how I lost a liver and gained a limp.
Thanks. This information will come in handy.
Just trying to help. Be careful out there, Pathfinder.
I'd love to take down the worm. Should have known Morta would take over.
She'll run this place into the ground. You don't have permission to approach Morta.
You Ravenor Brank? Struck sent me. He said that you...
Yes. Find me later near the fighting pit.
Hey, Nexus. I'm the one you talk to around here.
Are you Morta?
I'm Nakmor Morta, Overlord of the Krogan in Helios.
Overlord?
Drac, Kesh said you had a new job.
She didn't tell me you did.
And you're the celebrated Pathfinder from the Hyperion, found at last.
I'm Ryder.
This is thrilling. I've never stood so close to a Pathfinder before. Mostly because the Krogan never got one. Welcome to New Tuchanka.
I understand you and your people are pissed off.
Humans were welcomed into the Citadel Council with open arms, while the Krogan endured centuries of oppression. You have no idea. Your understanding only makes me mad.
Okay, gotcha. Loud and clear.
Why are you here, Pathfinder? To see what a successful colony looks like.
Our outposts are new. We could use the advice.
Your manipulation is so transparent. No advice for you, only regret. Watch, the Krogan will thrive and the initiative will pay. Get out of my face before I smash it.
I'm gonna journal about this later. See you soon.
Morta's a hard ass, but that surprised even me. Not good.
Yeah, maybe.
She's plainly said the Nexus will pay.
Let's talk to Brank before we freak out.
Another leak?
Damn Exile scraps won't hold together for more than a week. But look, those mushrooms are...
Drac, you old wreck. Swing by when you ain't so busy playing hero. We'll catch up.
Sure, it's Ryder, this is Grant, an old friend. Practically built this whole place. Don't let the fact that he's Earth not bother you. We can't help it.
What do you think of the colony? Pretty great, huh?
When you said colony, I didn't think you meant this. Why didn't you tell me, Drac?
Wasn't sure about you at first. And then it seemed simpler to just show you when we got here.
It's... rustic.
That's what we're going for. Rustic.
I'm guessing you have questions.
How do you know Drac?
We mined together back when our quads had barely dropped.
Now I just can't seem to get rid of him.
You seem at home here, Drac.
And you're not getting any younger. Ever think of retiring?
The day you dig my grave, old-timer.
Sad honor that'll be.
There's a lot of prefab materials here. And shuttles.
Some of it was gear we had stored away on the Nexus.
The rest we sort of stole when we left. Not like anyone was gonna stop us.
How long has the colony been here?
Since we left the Nexus. After the mutiny.
Just like that? Leave the Nexus, start a colony?
We're Krogan, kid. We can live anywhere.
Could have parked our tails on a volcano and handled it just fine.
The plants here, where'd they come from?
Ever since the clan got here, Vorn and his assistant have been working hard on the greenhouse.
We built him and Hark some pretty fancy digs. Lights and everything.
New Tuchanka's plants grow way better than the ones back home. Way less radiation.
I'll talk to you later.
I don't sell Rincol to humans. Matter of principle.
What's Rincol?
Krogan alcohol. Like drinking a live grenade. I distill it myself. Strongest in the galaxy.
That's impressive.
Not really. I'm the only distiller in the galaxy.
Remind me to stock up.
What was it like traveling on the Nexus?
Don't know. I remember Solarians packing us into cryo. Some of us needed a double hit to fall asleep. Then, nothing. Suddenly we were here. You want to know more, ask Barrack. Says he woke up mid-journey and lived 50 years alone on the Nexus.
He has to be lying.
Probably. Good story, though.
What's it like living out here?
It's no paradise, but it's easier than Tuchanka. Back home, stepping outside during a nuclear wind could tear the plate from your skull.
What made you pick up and come to Helios?
I was sick of living on a dead planet, watching my people tear each other apart. Hitching a ride on the Nexus was a chance to start over.
But you left the Nexus.
And built this. Best decision the Krogan ever made. Just wish it was on better terms. Not wise to burn bridges out here.
What do you have against selling Rincol to humans?
Spend too much time babysitting humans who think they can stomach it. Fact is, you can't. Maybe it won't kill you, but it'll leave me a mess to clean up.
I bet I could handle it.
Typical.
That's all for now.
Back to it.
Varka, listen to yourself.
I know what I saw. Did that worm think I wouldn't notice? It's my squad, not Gren's, and I'll be damned if I let them take orders from him.
What do you want me to do?
Handle it, Cortic, or I will.
Half the time, I feel like I'm the only one holding this colony together.
Trouble?
Varka and Gren fought together back home, side by side, but always in competition. Made them stronger. Now they have no enemies to fight, so they're fighting each other. I can see the tension building, colonists taking sides. This is how clan wars start.
A divided colony will never survive out here.
Which is why we need to act fast. Best way to stop this feud is to perform a rite of union.
Which is?
Shove them into a ring with a beast. Make them fight as a team. Defeating a common foe creates a powerful bond. Krogan don't take that lightly. Help me perform the rite, and we can hold this colony together.
You really think Varka and Gren could cause a war?
Big problems can start out small, not taking any chances.
How am I supposed to help with the rite?
For one, they need something to fight.
I hope you don't mean me.
No, but I do need you to help me drive a beast into the arena. Shamans make a special lure for this. Should help subdue it.
I'll do whatever I can to help.
Good. Set this lure out in the wilds to attract a fiend. The beast might be feisty at first, so stay on your toes. I'll keep Varka and Gren from each other's throats till you get back. Good luck.
Get away from Morna.
Saw the worm bust straight through an old ship? Not a
If you head
scratch
out
on
worm
it.
hunting, let me know. I'll plan your funeral.
Better to live for myself than to see this place go the same way as Tuchanka.
Don't be stupid. Mortal will find her way.
Just scabs, beasts.
Lost it all at the pit fights. Stupid Ollie, can't even
Been out of the Sea of Ataraxia?
More to ever stop barking.
You let him ship off to Kadara? What were you thinking?
Now here's a sane person who actually knows about Kadara. Let's ask him.
I can try.
He's my son, Nera. She let my only son fly to that hellhole.
If Arcal wants to be a heavy for some Kadara slime ball, he can. I wasn't gonna stop him.
He'll be treated like an expendable attack dog and he'll die. And his death will be on your hands.
Or he's using them to make a bunch of credits so we can live easier.
Do you want me to find this Arcal for you?
No. I'll track him down myself.
It's best if you don't get involved. But thank you.
Just let it go, Ryder. This is a Krogan matter. They'll figure it out.
But she asked me. You asked me. Sheesh.
Sorry, Pathfinder. No outsiders with family quarters.
Come on. Hey, Nexus, back me up. The Initiative did cure the genophage like they promised, right?
Not a cure. They've made some good progress.
Barely. There's no point in getting our hopes up.
It's our duty to populate the colony with strong Nakmor offspring. Am I right?
Have you tried having kids before?
Of course. Before the journey and after and often. We just need to keep trying.
Doesn't hurt to try.
It's easy for you to say. Your children don't die in their eggs.
This is a new life for the Krogan. Anything can happen.
Pathfinder's right. We're starting over.
We've actually got a shot at having a kid now.
Let's continue this discussion later.
You know, I got that audio myself. Knocked it out and tackled it. Within my shot. Gotta say, trying to pilot with that thing around.
Nexus, how about you? Eladon ain't a place for wimps. Bet it's kicking your human ass.
Yeah, ha! No thresher maws on Earth to practice on.
I do okay.
I'd like to see it. Next time we go out looking for fiends, we'll take you.
Fiends? Yeah, they're tough. How about we find an architect? Throw that in the mix.
Now we're talking. Might kill us. But that sounds fun.
You're okay, Nexus. Got what it takes to be a winner? Hey, wanna bet on Team Rincall? Come on, what do you say?
Sounds good. I'll bet on ring call.
You already bet on this fight. Come back after there's blood in the ring. The trick to capturing Adi is lots of grenades, but not too many. Just enough to daze him. Blow him up too quickly and you have to find another. Start over. You already made your bet. Can't change your mind. Place's world's better than Tuchanka.
Ravenor Brank.
Quiet. Anyone tells Morda I'm talking to you and I'm kicked out.
Last thing I want to do is jeopardize the Nexus or this colony.
Me neither. Or Clan Ravenor. Or Clan Jorgal. Or Clan Erdnot. Some in Clan Nakmor, too.
Okay, got it.
Did you see the crashed ship as you landed? Morda's after the drive core.
That's remnant tech. Can Krogan use that?
What are you talking about? She's building a bomb.
With a drive core as a power source? Sam?
Dangerous to those handling it, but, in the end, very possible.
Demolition teams have been busting down walls for months, battling those robots and scavengers. Lots here want peace with the Nexus. If Morda gets that drive core, boom, it's over. Now get away from me.
Thanks, Frank.
A bomb against her own people. Not good.
Hey everyone, drinks are on the Pathfinder.
So your granddaughter, Kesh, is superintendent of the Nexus. I thought the Krogan all left.
Nexus brass would have loved to see Kesh off that station with most of us. My Rushan's special. She's keeping them honest.
Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters.
Look ahead. The scavengers dug into the sand.
I've identified a datapad in this location, Pathfinder.
Sounds like trouble already. Sam, another memory trigger?
Yes, though my memory array remains locked. Additional triggers are required. Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters.
Pretty harsh learning that shit on Vold. Bright side, no children. Every cat an enemy.
An enemy who used to be family.
Right, we'll call it a wash.
Mining have been added to your nav systems, Pathfinder. Temperature levels are climbing, Pathfinder. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Another memory trigger?
Yes, though my memory array remains locked. Additional triggers are required. Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits. Minerals have been depleted in this location.
Drac, can we talk about what your people call the genophage?
You want me to just casually talk about one of the most painful things about being Krogan?
Yes.
My plan.
Andromeda plant sample detected nearby.
That's it. was another memory gate, Sam.
And the last. However, a deeper level of encryption is in place. Unfortunately, the conditions to unlock it haven't yet been satisfied.
Well, let me know when that changes. No telling what Dad was up to.
Target's down.
That's it. Shaman will handle the rest.
He's special. A unique, once-in-a-lifetime leader that understands strategy, the enemy, and a fight is hard. Under his command, we see more success against the Ket. Angara greatly respect him.
Good enough for me.
You've survived the gang leaders and the worm so far. I'm impressed.
What happened to the other salvage runner, Lieta?
The Angara? Who's asking?
I am.
Lieta's dealt with enough. She doesn't need a Pathfinder poking around.
She has a friend here. He wants to make sure she's okay.
Yeah? Where was he when Lieta was in trouble?
Just tell me where she is.
I don't know. Her ship was gone, so I flew her to Kadara. I didn't ask questions. Talk to Colt Dalton if you want to know more. He's the docks manager on Kadara. She had to go through him to get anywhere.
Take it easy.
Always do.
How's it going? Need something?
I'll look around.
Step off. Not allowed back here.
This area
I'm gonna mess you up when we get out of here.
Back off.
Yeah, you mess me up.
terminal should be nearby.
Okay, eyes peeled, everyone. Let's get in and get out.
Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits. Terminal. Initiating download. Hostile shuttle incoming.
Out of his heat.
Reinforcements!
How's it going, Sam? Come on! How big are those files?
Unreasonably large. Also, this terminal holds 15 exabytes of data, and I have no way to gauge what is important.
Damn. Should have thought of that.
Download complete. We may leave now.
Easy for you to say. Can you tell what's in all that data? Better have been worth almost getting killed.
Much is encrypted. However, a few phrases stand out. Krogan super soldier, pure Krogan, and tank bread.
Interesting. Send me a report of what you can decipher.
Got the cat, we had Solarians. There's always someone thinking they're better than you.
I don't know many Solarians, but they seem nothing like the cat.
You're right, you don't know many Solarians.
Pathfinder. I detect broken scavenger machinery ahead. Volatile canister nearby, Pathfinder.
Do you have a tracking source yet?
No, Pathfinder, but I'm getting closer.
One more should do it.
That's that.
Activating automated forward station deployment. Mining zones have been added to your nav system, Pathfinder. Temperature levels are climbing, Pathfinder. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface. Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters. Life support is stable. I detect above normal temperatures. The ambient temperature is normal.
Remnant pillars ahead. Be careful, Ryder.
Remnant pillars, let's check them out. You know, Jal, you're tougher than you look.
And you're smarter than you look, Drac. Stubborn, though.
You talk like
Someone's
stubborn and
attempting to
smart
access
aren't
your
the same
community.
thing.
Should I patch it through?
Go ahead.
Hello, you're a Pathfinder, right? I recognize your receiver ID.
Avoid the sinkholes.
I'm in the sinkhole.
Pathfinder,
It's
I
the one
detect
with...
a dip in temperature ahead.
I'm sure
The
you'll figure it
scavengers
out.
have set a dune camp.
Hey, I guess in the worst case, we can get out and push.
Oh, good. You heard me. I was starting to think I'd have to walk back to that rundown shack they call a landing zone.
What are you doing out here?
I'm a scientist from the Nexus. I've been surveying Elodin's geography for several weeks now. And now I'm stranded on this hellhole.
Tell me what I can do to help you.
Glad you asked. A few days ago, my shuttle overheated and died. Then I ran out of water. After 2 days without a drop, I got desperate. Ended up trading a part from my ship to some scavengers. Once the delirium subsided, I realized my mistake. Turns out I sold them my thruster, which you need to fly.
The Tempest can get you back to the Nexus in no time.
And leave my ship here to be picked apart. If I leave, that shuttle needs to come with me. I figure since you're a Pathfinder, maybe you can talk to the scavengers, get that part back.
I'll have that thruster for you in no time.
Helpful and efficient. I like that. I'll give you the nav point for the camp. Be ready. They're a prickly bunch.
Are you studying the sinkholes here?
I'm trying to figure out what causes them.
Any luck?
My scans show a high concentration of calcium carbonate deep below us, high enough to create pockets of brittle rock. These pockets break down and collapse, and it causes a chain reaction all the way to the surface. Incidentally, that would also account for all this sand.
Have you learned anything useful about Elodin?
That depends on what you consider useful.
Try me.
Well, I assume you know Elodin receives constant sunlight. There is no nighttime. But I've found evidence of a rare temperature dip, which means the planet experiences an occasional eclipse. Can you imagine? Constant blazing sun for years, then a week of night. It must be jarring.
Good luck out here.
Volatile canister nearby, Pathfinder.
That's it. Good work.
Pathfinder, all these canisters can be tracked to a single location. Updating your navigation.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Feels good to be on solid ground again.
You don't feel exposed? The Ket are everywhere.
I'd rather face them down here than stuck in a can up there.
I detect above normal temperatures.
This camp looks empty.
Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters. Life support is stable. It appears he's been dead for several hours, Pathfinder.
But who killed him?
Analysis of alcohol
I can be
content
friendly.
reveals
Let's
a
talk this
spoon
out.
here on Eladin.
You want to tell me why you were sneaking around in there?
You saw the camp. When Axius comes, the only thing to do is hide.
Who?
You haven't heard of him? Axius leads the meanest gang on Eladin. They run raids on other scavenger camps, never leave anyone alive. Last night, they picked our camp. I was lucky enough to find a hiding place. Been in there ever since.
Your gang bought a thruster from a scientist recently. I want it back.
That piece of junk didn't even fit our ship. Axius must have taken it. He took everything.
We needed that.
You can try getting it back from him if you have a death wish. I'll even give you the nav point.
You going to be okay by yourself?
This happens all the time. I'll find a new gang. Oh, one more thing. If you see Axius, shoot first. He's not a talker.
Ready to fight?
What do we have here? I like his armor. Kill him.
I detect multiple life forms, Pathfinder. Likely Axius and his scavengers. Records indicate Axius has multiple bounties on his head. Be careful, Pathfinder.
Laying down!
Company.
Never cross Axius.
Headshot.
This appears to be the thrust catalyzer from Nora's ship.
Finally. Let's get it back to her.
I detect above normal temperatures. Life support restored.